throw line. 7:11 to play second quarter. 19-11 is the score. He'll have one more shot. The Wildcats in the lead by 8. Second toss up. He missed them both, but they have the rebound. Coming down with it will come Jose Rodriguez. They launch at 3. It's again no good. Rebound by Jonathan Stewart. Wildcats coming down the floor. Jonathan races inside the line, goes into the paint, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Penoyer. Penoyer down the floor. He lost the ball. It's stolen away by Jonathan Stewart. Jonathan Stewart goes to the hole, blocked, taken on the way by Rodriguez. Rodriguez down the floor. Juan Rodriguez against Flip, drives in for the shot, no good. Rebounded by Milloway. Milloway, their shot selection is get the ball, shoot the ball. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Preston Turner with the basketball to Jonathan Milloway, and he's fouled by Jose Rodriguez. Mark, good to see you. There's your mic. Are we on streaming live now?
Supposedly.
We are streaming live on YouTube. Thanks for tuning us in here. Have you ever been in this gym before?
I have. I used to actually play basketball in here before work on some days many years ago.
Yeah, but have you ever seen a high school game played in this gym? Way too small. It's like a Woodlands gym as Lucas Searcy and Flip have a steal. Flip's going to bring the ball down the floor. Oak Ridge on top, 19-11. Flip inside Lucas Searcy for the shot. They finally call one. It's a foul called against the Concord Christian Lions. It'll be Lucas Searcy going to the free throw line. I believe Lucas has 2 points in the ball game. Wildcats on top by 8. 19-11 is our scores. We are on FM. No, we're not on FM. We're on prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. If you just tuned in, the Lady Wildcats game with Maryville scheduled for tomorrow has been called off. Lucas misfires on the free throw. He'll have another one here. Kel Slater checks back into the ball game. Flip Thompson's going to check out. Flip's second ball game back from injury sustained right before the very first ball game against Kingston. Lucas back to the line. Free throw is no good. I think they're just going to have a little trouble getting used to the shooting background, the size of the floor, the rims, and everything. It's just an odd basketball court to be playing a high school game on. With the basketball will come them. They'll work the ball to Rodriguez. Long three, way off the mark. No good. Milloway on the rebound. Milloway to Kel Slater. Wildcats on a 2-on-2. Kel turns, spins, drives, shoots off the glass. Good. Great move by Kel Slater, a left-hander. Player for the Wildcats drops it in, and Concord Christian will call a timeout. 21-11 is our score. The Wildcats are up by 10. We'll take another break. We'll be back to Farragut, Tennessee in a moment.
Actually, no, it wasn't.
Oh, really?
I was thinking it was like Knoxville Christian Academy over there off behind Lovell Road and everything. Yep. I mean, when I saw this, it's like, really? Concord?
21-11 is our score as we get set to play with 5 minutes, 44 seconds to play. We're broadcasting from the walking track above the floor here, as the Wildcats lead it by 10. Concord Christian basketball, they'll work the ball in. They're moving left to right. The inbounds is deflected by Kell. Saved on the floor by Jonathan. Ball is lost on the floor by the Lions. They have it and they save it. It's still in the rear court forever. 10-second count's got to be getting close as they work the ball. That had to be 10 seconds. That had to be 10 seconds. So they get a layup, good. Off the glass goes Jose Rodriguez. These officials are not good, I'm telling you. That should have been a 10-second call. Everybody in the gym called for it. Wildcats into Milloway and to Lucas. Lucas gives it inside to Stafford. Ball knocked out of bounds. This is definitely not the A-team officiating crew, Mark.
No, it's not. I haven't been here long, but I've not been impressed so far. I mean, I saw a coach like bobbling the ball. I'm like, that doesn't matter. Bobbling the ball has nothing to do with 10 seconds.
Wildcats throw away the inbounds pass. They get a layup, and they score. Off the glass goes, looks like Gilder, and the Wildcats will work the ball in. Oak Ridge leads 21-15. Down the floor will come Oak Ridge's Kel Slater. Slater works it off to Stafford Shanklin. Around the horn it goes to Jonathan Stewart to Preston Turner. Turner throws the ball away. Wildcats try to force it in and turn the ball over. The Wildcats have had way too many turnovers here in the early going. With the basketball will come Rodriguez. Rodriguez outside the three-point line, drives all the way in for the shot. Good. Little floating shot by Jose, and the Wildcat lead is cut to 4. 21-17. The Wildcats got to be more careful with the basketball as Kel works the ball, bounce pass inside to Jonathan Stewart to Preston for 3 on its way. Way short. Might have been deflected, stolen away by the Lions. The Wildcats can't hold on to the ball, and that should be an offensive foul. Number 21, Juan Rodriguez lowered his shoulder and took it right into Preston Turner, and they're going to call that one every day.
Yeah, that was a good call there, David. He picks up his second foul there as Oak Ridge will have the ball under the Concord basket.
Here they come down the floor, as we said, moving from right to left here. Wildcats on top, 21-17. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Oak Ridge to Milloway. Milloway looks to her back cutting. Stafford had him, didn't go for it. Now goes in for the shot. They're going to call probably a travel. No. He points to the other official to make the call. And evidently a foul against number 13 for them, I believe, Chase Morgan. That'll be his second foul, if that was the case. Now, 4 minutes, 6 seconds to play here in the second quarter. 21-17 our score. Wildcats will go to Jonathan Milloway at the line. Shot is no good. Jonathan is 78% free throw shooter. Hasn't been really as sharp as of late at the line. They get a wide open 3. Good. 3-point shot made good by number 23 for them, Will Morris. And just like that, it's a 1-point game. The Wildcats were up 10 just a moment ago. 21-20 the score. Oak Ridge ball. Milloway in. Drives in. Pulls up. Shoots. Hook shot short. Rebounded by the Lions. Wildcats were up 10. Their lead is only 1 now. And it's going to be cut right here. If he hits the shot, he does. They lead. 22-21 the score. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Struggling to get into an offense. I don't know if it's the floor, the gym itself, or whatever. The Wildcats not sharp at times in this one. They've played a lot of players too. Oak Ridge basketball. Oak Ridge with it. Kel Slater. Nothing out on fast on transition as Kel's going to drive all the way to the hole. No good. Draws another foul from number 13, Chase Morgan. Kel will go to the free throw line. Kel had a couple of crucial free throws Tuesday night at Stone Memorial, which kind of sealed the game for the Wildcats. He has 8 points in the ball game, yet to attempt any from the line. Oak Ridge trails 22-21. First free throw is up, good. Wildcats struggling for offense. Jamison Updegraft is now out of the ball game. Preston's coming back in. Oak Ridge has Stafford Shanklin in the ball game. Jonathan Stewart, Kel Slater, Preston Turner, along with Jonathan Milloway. 22-22 the score. I believe there's 3 minutes and 14 seconds to play in the second period. Second free throw is up, good. And here comes the Lions down the floor. In the rear court, they lob it across to a new guy in the ball game who's going to drive cross court. They thought about shooting a 3. They go inside of Rodriguez. Rodriguez goes for the shot, no good. Stafford Shanklin on the rebound. Oak Ridge with the ball and the lead. Here they go to Jonathan Stewart, back to Stafford. Stafford dribbles right, stops, hops. One hop, and they're going to take Stafford out of the ball game. Lucas Searcy's going to come back in. A big hop there and an extra step.
Yeah, he just, if he got rid of it before he landed, he would have been fine. But he came down with it and got called for travel.
Here they come down the floor. Lions get the ball across the line once again. Oak Ridge on top, 23-22. Rodriguez with the basketball as they lob it inside. His brother has it. Going to turn against Jonathan and shoot it over him. Good. I think they got a home court advantage here just by the way this court is, to be honest with you.
It's kind of dark, too. I mean, it's kind of dark under each basket. I mean, the midcourt is bright, but where the goals are, it's kind of dark.
Lucas Searcy into Jonathan Milloway. He stripped to the ball, put the ball down the floor, another turnover. Wildcats down by a point, 24-23, a long 3. It's up, no good. Milloway on the rebound. 2:20 to play, second quarter, 24-23 the score. The Wildcats coming down the floor with the basketball, Kel Slater. Kel kicks it out left side. Preston Turner had Lucas on the baseline, couldn't get the ball to him. Kel drives in, stops, no place to go. Backs it up to Preston to Lucas for a shot, hits the rim, drops off, no good. Rebounded out of bounds, no save by Lucas Searcy. And then a foul is going to be called against them. It's going to go against number 11 for them. That'll be his first personal foul. It'll be Oak Ridge going to the free throw line with Lucas Searcy. 24-23 the score. 1:58 to play in the second period here. Concord Christian and the Wildcats here. Now they come over to say it is the double bonus in effect, I believe. So it'll be a 2-shot foul. Lucas Searcy going to the free throw line. 24-23. John Oliver doing camera work along with Alex Waraxa. Free throw on its way, no good. Wildcats struggling at the line. I'm telling you, they have an advantage on this floor. I mean, like you said, Mark, it is dark in here, and it was hot when we first got here. I don't know if it still is for you. Is the free throw good by Lucas? And we're tied at 24. 1:58 to play. Here comes the press once again, and once again nearly a steal by Jonathan Stewart. He's going to get the ball across the line and thought about shooting a three. They back it up. Here it goes to Rodriguez. Rodriguez holds the ball, now dribbles in, thought about driving in, backs it up to his brother. That'll be Juan Rodriguez. Juan holds it, looks to the corner. Once again, it goes to number 11, dribbles in, Preston guarding him. There's a travel. Good call there, just kind of slid just a little bit. The Wildcats have it tied 24-24, 1:38 to play here in the first half. Well, Mark, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I've been incapacitated there for a while, but I'm back, so it's good to be back.
Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Here comes Kel Slater with it. We have the lead, had the lead by 10 earlier, but the Lions have come storming back here. Jonathan Stewart for three, no good. Jonathan hit 4 on Tuesday, but I think just the shooting background here takes a little while to get used to, and Jonathan misfired on that one. Personal foul was called on the Wildcats, and that's going to send, I believe, nope, it's just going to be their ball side court. Oak Ridge playing with Kel Slater, Jonathan Stewart, Preston Turner, Lucas Searcy, Jonathan Milloway, as now Kel comes out of the ball game, and Flip Thompson comes in for him. 24-24 the score, 1:23 to play here in the first half. With the basketball will come Juan Rodriguez. Juan holds the ball, works the ball to the right corner to Rodriguez for three, and they're going to call a foul in the act of shooting a three, and that's going to send Rodriguez to the line. I believe Preston Turner is going to be called with the personal foul. They don't have a PA system, and they don't have a scoreboard that lists the fouls, so, and that one was actually out of our sight, actually. We just assumed Preston's the only guy close, so we gave it to Preston. It'll be number 0, junior Jose Rodriguez to the free throw line 3 times. First one is no good.
10 points.
10 points to the ball game, Mark says. We are tied, 24-24 the score. Back to the free throw line will go Jose Rodriguez. 2 more times. Looks at the second one. It's on its way up there. No good again. He'll have a third as Jamison up the graph comes in the ball game now. Checking out will come Preston Turner. We remain tied at 24 apiece here. Third free throw about to be attempted by Jose Rodriguez. We have 4 rebounders there. They have 1 in the lane. Good box out. Shot is good. Lions lead by 1, 25-24. 1:13 to play second quarter. As the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor, they call a timeout as the Wildcats had worked the ball in. And it might be an injury timeout on Rodriguez as he kind of limps out of the game. I think that's what it is, so that's okay. As Oak Ridge basketball here, 1:11 to play here. I guess in a Christian school, they're going to be nice to people. So, I mean, that's the way it is. So they did stop play. Lucas Searcy with it to Jamison. Jamison lobs into Milloway. Throws it out of bounds. The Wildcats are just not sharp here, Mark.
No, they're really not. It looks like they've taken some time off. You said they played Tuesday, and it sounds like did they do well?
They won. It was a close, hard-fought game on the road, but they're playing without Jeremy, who sprained his ankle as they try to work the ball in. And then away from the ball, a foul is going to be called, I think, against Lucas. Just not letting them play. Maybe the 3 worst officials together as a group that I've seen. And they're going to come down on the other end of the floor and shoot free throws. 25-24. Lots of fouls called in this one. As they go to the free throw line, it'll be 1 in the bonus here. Let's see. Number 11. And I believe that is Gilder. and he'll go to the line. One of the bonus. They lead by one, 25-24. Free throw is good. 2-point lead. The Wildcats were up 21-11 at one point. They have been outscored 15-3 since that point. Back to the free throw line they go. 26-24 the score. Free throw, good. Oak Ridge ball. They'll face a little pressure in the rear court. Here comes Flip Thompson. Flip's going to lob it way down the floor to Jonathan, who makes an acrobatic save, and he steps out of bounds. Went with a full court, which is not really a full court, but it was a full court pass and just ill-advised to go all the way down the floor. And Jonathan had to go up for it like a wide receiver, but he just didn't. He ran out of real estate.
Yeah, he just kind of put him too close to the the sideline there, David, and just kind of got his heel clipped on the line, so it got called out of bounds.
Their basketball momentarily as the Wildcats battle for a loose ball, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. It was by Jonathan Milloway, but they say it was last touched by Juan Rodriguez. For Oak Ridge basketball, and it comes to Flip Thompson. The Wildcats trailing by 3. Jonathan Stewart outside the three-point line gives it into Milloway. Milloway inside to Preston, lost the ball. Lost on the floor, saved by Lucas. Lucas Searcy bounces it out to Jonathan. Then Jonathan has his pass deflected, trap, gives it into Milloway. Milloway dribbles, drives, pulls up, shoots a three, good. 3-point shot for Jonathan Milloway, and we're tied at 27. He's not getting. They only gave us credit for 2, although it was a 3. They say it's 27-26 as they dribble right and they throw the ball away. That was a 3, was it not?
Yeah, the referee even put his hands up for a 3. So.
And let's see if they change it. Yes, now they change it. It is tied at 27 apiece. 11 seconds to play. The clock hadn't even started yet, and we're at 11 seconds. And I think he was kind of busy trying to change the score and kind of got distracted and didn't start the clock. And the Wildcats will get it at midcourt. Normally at this point, I think they're going to switch off clock keepers. He's fired, and it'll be Oak Ridge basketball side midcourt.
He's also on his phone, so it could be a little distracting.
Right. 27-27 the score. 14 seconds to play. It'll be Lucas Searcy to work the ball in. Flip Thompson's in the ball game. They've got a new guy in the game as well. That is Caden Geen, sophomore player. Wildcats have Preston Turner, Jonathan Milloway. They're going to say there's 14 seconds to play. Usually they just go with it, but it'll be Lucas Searcy to work the ball in, and it comes to Flip Thompson. 12 seconds to play. First half, 27-27 the score. Lucas with it. Jonathan Stewart thought about launching a 3. Goes into Lucas. Great play, but he missed the layup. And then he steps out of bounds. Wildcats had it right under the goal there with 3 seconds. Poor Lucas had a point-blank shot, and he's going to come out of the ball game. Lucas has been pretty sharp all season long. Just kind of rushed that one. 3 seconds. Wildcats are going to call a timeout. Oak Ridge tied 27-27 our score. And I don't think Coach Green's going to be too happy. And we're going to play a really good team tomorrow, so they better up their level. But tomorrow, the Wildcats are traveling to Lebanon, Tennessee, to take on the Blue Devils. 27-27 the score. This team played Kingston to a very close ball game. Kingston, the only team that has beaten Oak Ridge. It was about an 11-point game, but it was pretty close. So not a bad team. If you play on this floor, I'll say it again, they have a distinct advantage just by the way the gym is constructed. I think the shooting lines of sight are weird, and there's just all kinds of things that I think are to their advantage.
Yeah, and the court size. I mean, they're more used to the court size than, because this is not standard court size, David, and so.
It's tiny.
It really is. So that kind of takes it away from Oak Ridge, who's used to playing on a full-size court.
Oak Ridge basketball, Jonathan Stewart will work the ball in. And it comes to Stafford at the buzzer for 3, no good. Kell has the rebound as the first half comes to a close. So we have played one half of basketball here at Concord Christian School in Farragut, Tennessee, and we are tied 27-27 apiece. We're going to take a break here. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors. Haven't been able really to do that. I'd like to thank our sponsors. Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee of Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Utility District, Mortgage Investors Group. Those are our sponsors here on PrepRadio.com and Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. And I believe right now we are streaming on YouTube at Prep Radio. We're going to take a break here. When we come back, Mark will have the stats. Oak Ridge and the Lions tied at 27 apiece. We'll be back to Concord Christian in a moment.
Can't even look up from the camera. Be like that.
Web says it's not screening.
Halftime really just hopefully.
It started 10 minutes early.
But it's got like 4 minutes on the clock already. Try it. I don't know if they have enough time to get down there and shoot the ball. I want to try and get it done. I don't know. I didn't. Yeah, it is. Man, stop it. Restart it. If you go to edit, that may just be the name. Marquez here at Concord Christian Academy, where Oak Ridge and Concord are tied at 27 apiece at the half. Looking at the scoring for Oak Ridge, they're led by Kel Slater. He has 10 points, 4 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. With 8 points, Jonathan Milloway, he's 3 of 4 from the field, 1 of 5 from the free throw line. Jonathan Stewart has added 4 for the Wildcats. He's 2 of 6 from the field. Lucas Searcy has 3 points. He's 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, and Preston Turner has 2 points for the Wildcats. He's 1 of 2 from the field. As a team, the Wildcats are 11 of 23 from the field. They're 10 of 17 from inside the three-point line. They're 1 of 6 from beyond the three-point line, and they're 4 of 9 from the free throw line. Now look at the scoring for Concord. They're led by Jose Rodriguez. He has 11 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Noah Gilder has 6 points. He's 2 of 2 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Also with 6 points is Will Morris. He's, 2 of 5 from the field, 2 of 4 of those from beyond the three-point line. Harry Pinoyer has 2 points. He's 1 of 2 from the field, 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Also with 2 points is Chase Morgan. He's 1 of 4 from the field. So as a team, Concord is 11 of 22 from the field. They're 9 of 15 from two-point land. They're 2 of 7 from beyond the three-point line, and they're 3 of 7 from the free throw line. Interesting stat. Oak Ridge led at the end of the first quarter 19-11, and then they were outscored 16-8 in the second quarter, and that's how we get to our knotted up score of 27-27 at the half. David?
That might be the shortest halftime that I can ever remember. Maybe they have shorter halftimes here at Concord Christian as we're waiting for the Wildcats just to come even out of the dressing room. The Wildcats still not out of the dressing room because they didn't take but an 8-minute timeout. I have never seen a timeout or halftime 8 minutes long before.
Yeah, it's very short. I mean, the quarter short, the halftime short, and it looks like they're about to throw the ball in. So, and there's no Wildcats on the gym.
Well, maybe it'd be nice if somebody would go get them because we're used to much longer halftimes. The Wildcats seriously are not out of the dressing room, and here they come. They haven't warmed up whatsoever, and the officials are about ready here. It's just a whole different world over here, Mark, for sure.
Yeah, this is not state tournament material, I don't think, David.
No, I don't think they'll ever have a state tournament here. They might make it to a state tournament, but it's smaller than Woodland, maybe? About the same size?
It's about the same size. I'd say it's probably the same size as like Jefferson. Jefferson's court is shorter than most short courts.
So it is definitely harder. There's no spacing here as the two teams are ready. It'll be the Lions basketball, and we are underway here from Concord Academy Christian. As they work the ball out to the top, Rodriguez. Wildcats trap. They go inside. They break the press and miss the layup. Tipped and rebounded up. Good. They score, I believe, with Chase Morgan. And here come the Wildcats down the floor. Preston Turner with it. Out to the top it goes. Oak Ridge basketball in the Milloway. He was fouled. No call. Look back door. Turn. Spin. Shoots. No good. Missed the shot. Rebounded by the Lions. Wildcats trail by 2. 29-27. The Wildcats have got to match up defensively. They worked the ball back door. They did not. Jonathan's going to commit the foul. Wildcats not matching up real well here in the opening. And it'll be them shooting free throws. Wildcats down 2, 29-27, 7:25 to play. The Wildcats didn't warm up. This is going to be the quickest night of basketball ever as they go to the free throw line, tosses up, no good. One good thing, Jose Rodriguez struggles at the free throw line, at least in the early going.
Yeah, he had 3 shots earlier, David, when we hit only connecting on 1 of the 3, so he's now 1 of 4 from the free throw line.
They lead by 2, 29-27. Free throw, he missed them both. Rebounded by Jonathan Milloway. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Kel Slater. Kel's going to work the ball to Milloway. Top of the circle, he walks for the basketball. Took an extra step, and the Wildcats turned the ball over. Coach Green, he didn't argue it. I think he actually, it was close. I mean, he picked up his pivot foot and put it down, but 29-27. With the basketball, they'll drive in. The Wildcats watch them work the ball inside for a shot. Penoyer missed it, rebounded by Milloway. The Wildcats got to get down the floor. That might have been a walk right there. Preston Turner's got it, coast to coast, goes in for the shot, and they call a foul. Personal foul, a lot of contact there. And it'll be Oak Ridge going to the free throw line. It'll be Kel Slater or Preston Turner. Kel wanted to go to the line, but it'll be Preston, the guy fouled. 7:01 to play third quarter. The Wildcats trailing 29-27. Preston Turner, left-handed shooter, will go to the line 2 times. Shot good. Preston knocks it in. That's his 3rd point as Stafford Shanklin checks back into the ball game. Lucas Searcy will check out. 29-28. The Wildcats trying to tie it here as Preston goes to the free throw line. Milloway, Shanklin, Stewart, Slater, and Preston Turner. Free throw good. Preston knocks it in, 29-29. For those of you listening on prepradio.com, we are now officially streaming. They get the ball in with ease here. Then they throw the ball out to the top. Almost a turnover. The Wildcats recovered nicely. Coach Green yelling once again. Now that goes out to Rodriguez. Rodriguez looks back north, throws the ball, intending it for his brother. He's got it. They work it in for a shot, clanging off the iron. No good. Tipped and rebounded by Milloway. Wildcats want to run. Here comes Kel Slater going coast to coast to Stafford Shanklin. He was held. He still goes in for the shot and scores. He was actually fouled by Will Morris, but no call. Here they come down the floor. They work it in against Oak Ridge's pressure. They've done a really good job getting the ball in. Here's Rodriguez driving in for the shot, blocked by Milloway. Jonathan's got the rebound. The Wildcats by 2 with the ball. Oak Ridge had a 10-point lead in the first half. Here's Stafford, one dribble. It got hammered. I mean, we're just not going to get any calls. I guess these are the Concord Christian officials. I'm telling you, did Stafford not get fouled right there?
Yeah, it was kind of close there. I mean, I was thinking it was a good block. I'm okay with that not being called a foul.
Stafford scores, though. He drives in there. It's a 4-point game, but they got to call it on the other end, too, in which they didn't in the first half. Here they come down the floor. Oak Ridge by 4, 33-29 the score. Here comes Penoyer working the ball into Rodriguez. Rodriguez shot is short, rebounded by the Wildcats. Kel Slater. Wildcats have an opportunity for a layup, and then a foul now is going to be called against Juan Rodriguez. They're physical, and they're a physical team. And it'll be Oak Ridge, I believe, getting the ball underneath the goal. Lucas Searcy's going to come back in the ball game. Checking out will come Jonathan Milloway. 33-29, Oak Ridge by 4. 5 minutes, 44 seconds to play. Here in the third period, Oak Ridge ball. Preston gives it back to Jonathan on the baseline. Squares the floor once again. The Wildcats set up their offense. Preston Turner comes cross court to Lucas. Back to Kel. Kel's got Preston free. He's got Jonathan free. He's going to take himself to the hole. Good. Great drive there by Kel Slater. And he's got 12 of the Wildcats' 35. The Wildcats putting on the full court press. 5-second count is on. They get the ball in. Then it comes to number 2. That's Caden Geen. Stripped to the ball for a second. And then they're going to call a foul against Stafford. He reached in and grabbed him. Can't do that. And it's a good call. I mean, Stafford reached in there, and he was trying to set himself to maybe take a charge, but there wasn't enough space there. It'll be their basketball underneath the goal. 35-29 the score. 5 minutes, 18 seconds to play third quarter. For those of you watching this on YouTube, so used to bigger arenas, that's a foul right there as they get a shot up. Good. That was a one-hand shove to push back Jonathan Stewart. I think Coach Green is just gonna this is the way it's gonna be. So you just got to get used to it. You got to adapt to the officiating.
Yeah, and it's just part of it, Just you go with what you got. And Kel Slater puts up a shot, no good, rebounded by Concord.
And knocked out of bounds. Then we're going to see a foul called. It's going to be a shove. And I guess it's going to go against Lucas as Jonathan Milloway checks in the ball game. Preston Turner is still in the ball game. Nope, it's going to be Oak Ridge's ball. And he pointed in this direction, but it will be Oak Ridge's ball. Wildcat ball. Jonathan Stewart works it into Milloway. One dribble, one shot, no good. Tip back up, no good. Again, no good. Pulled away by Oak Ridge. Stafford Shanklin has it. Drives in the paint, goes in for the shot, no good. Lots of contact, but once again, no calls. And down the floor with the basketball will come Rodriguez. They set for a 3. Clang off the iron, no good. Milloway on the rebound. Down the floor comes to Kel Slater. Kel and the Wildcats wanting to run. Kel, free throw line jumper on its way. Too strong. Didn't wait for his teammates. He's been on fire tonight, but that probably is not the shot they wanted. 35-31 the score. Down the floor will come Geen. Geen works it off in the left corner, and it goes to Gilder. Gilder to Rodriguez. He works the ball down low, and the ball's loose. Preston reaches in. That's a jump ball. The Wildcats have it on the alternate possession. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to play. Third quarter, 35-31. Oak Ridge in the lead. Oak Ridge had a 21-11 lead at one time, Mark, but the Wildcats saw that, and they actually have taken a lead by as many as 3, but the Wildcats have retaken the lead by 4.
Yeah, as I said, the Wildcats led at the end of the first quarter, 19-11, but then right after that had their biggest lead.
Stafford Shanklin just drops one in. The Wildcats are back up by 6. 37-31 the score. With the basketball come number 2 to Geen. Works it over to Rodriguez, top of the key. Here it goes to number 11. That'll be Gilder. Gilder cannot shoot. Swings the ball to the corner, back to Rodriguez. Then away from the ball, they're going to call a foul, I believe, against Jonathan Milloway. And that is the case. Man, we're down to 3 minutes, 45 seconds to play in the third quarter. Jonathan Stewart's going to check out. Jamison Updegraff's going to come in. 37-31 Oak Ridge. Rodriguez to work the ball in. Fires it up high, and it comes to number 34 in the ballgame, Drew Sloan. Sloan works the ball left side to Gilder. Gilder on the left wing. They set for a 3. It's up. No good. They get the rebound. Up. No good. Again, taken away by Stafford. Saved right back by the big guy. Goes in for the shot. Short. Gets his own rebound again. No good. Jamison Updegraff has it. The Wildcats have numbers. Jamison's going to go down the floor. Strip to the ball. Saves it. Goes into Kell. Kell goes in for the shot. No good. Missed the shot. No comment. 3:19 to play. Down the floor once again will come Rodriguez. Rodriguez sets for an 8-footer. It's off. No good. Rebound Preston Turner, and Preston is fouled by Jose Rodriguez. 3 minutes, 11 seconds to play third quarter. What a physical ball game. I mean, very physical. 37-31 the score.
Yeah, it is. I mean, these the refs they're letting them play, David, for sure. So, just got to adapt, as we said.
Right. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Cale Slater walks it across the midcourt line. Calls the play. Oak Ridge by 6, 37-31. Jamison works the ball to Milloway. Milloway on the baseline. Kicks it out. Preston Turner for 3. No good. Rebound to the Lions. Coming down with it will come Gilder. Noah Gilder across the midcourt line to the top of the circle. Dribbles in. Right extension of the free throw line. Shoots. Missed it. Rebound swatted and knocked out of bounds by Jonathan Milloway. Nope. They're going to say it was last touched by one of the Lions. I think Jonathan swatted it out.
Yeah, but he swatted it off the guy's hand.
Okay, good. I can't see. I mean, I've got a railing. Exactly. 2 minutes, 49 seconds to play in the third quarter. 37-31. Oak Ridge in the lead. Down the floor with the basketball will come Cale Slater. The Wildcats work it off to Stafford. Right corner to Preston Turner. To Stafford. Around the horn it goes. The Wildcats up by 6 with the ball. Preston Turner, Jonathan Stewart, Cale Slater. Inside Stafford Shanklin. Good. Got a screen there from Jonathan Milloway. Good ball movement and good placement by the Wildcats. And Oak Ridge's lead is back to 8 points.
Yeah, great job that time by Milloway, David. He did exactly what you said. I mean, he just kind of backed out one of the players and left Shanklin wide open for a little bunny.
39-31 our score. We'll be back after the timeout was called. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back once again to Concord Christian here in Farragut, Tennessee. 2:21 to play. We're in the third quarter. The Wildcats have erased their 3-point deficit to take an 8-point lead here, 39-31. Wildcats have kind of turned it up a little bit more defensively, and they haven't hit some. They had some easy shots early on in the ball game, and the Wildcats have the lead by 8. Here will be the Lions with the basketball facing pressure once again in the rear court. Will Morris will work the ball in from the baseline. Wildcats putting full court pressure, and it comes to Rodriguez. Jose Rodriguez, guarded by Cale Slater, lobs it across the line to his brother. Throws up a shot. Good. Nice play by Juan Rodriguez, and here come the Wildcats down the floor. Their lead is 6, 39-33. 2 minutes, 14 seconds to play here in the third period. Oak Ridge ball. Jonathan Stewart, they don't give him any kind of shots at all. Here goes to Cale Slater, to Jonathan Milloway. Pulls up, has his shot blocked. Taken right back, though, by Preston Turner. Turner back to Cale. Cale dribbles in all the way to the hole. Shot is blocked off the rim. and then they knock it out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Good hustle, though, by this team as Nick Dallas checks into the ball game. Jonathan Milloway will check out. 1:54 to play. Third quarter, 39-33. Second straight ball game. Jeremy Miller hasn't been able to play, as the Wildcats will work the ball in with Jonathan Stewart. In it comes Stafford, trapped, throws the ball away. Just threw it, telegraphed the pass. It was intending it for Preston Turner, easily picked off by Noah Gilder. Down the floor of the basketball, Rodriguez. Rodriguez drives in, throws the ball away, taken away by Kell. Kell, you can beat him down the floor. Take it strong to the hole. He does, off the glass. No good. The Wildcats, Stafford Shanklin, back up, good. Stafford Shanklin hits the shot back to an 8-point game. 41-33 Oak Ridge. Here's a shot. Good. Count it. And a blocking foul is called. Chance for a 3-point play. One thing that Coach Green does not like, if you don't get back on defense, and it'll be number 21, Juan Rodriguez, going to the free throw line. Juan has his first 2 points, and that was right there.
Oh, no. Yes.
Big kidding. Actually has 4. Is that a horn or the siren sounds? It's a different kind of a sounding as they trying to figure out who the foul was on. I think it's on Jonathan Stewart. Maybe not.
I think it was on Nick Dallas.
Okay, if it's on Nick, that'll be his first personal foul. 41-35 the score. To the free throw line will go Juan Rodriguez. Toss, good. 3-point play as Jonathan Milloway checks back in the game. Oak Ridge leads 41-36. The Wildcats will be traveling to Lebanon tomorrow to take on the Blue Devils. 41-36 our score here. The Wildcats in the lead. Kel Slater brings the ball down the floor. The Wildcats have Jonathan Stewart in the ball game. Stafford Shanklin at the free throw line. Stafford's going to drive in, get a shot off the glass. Good. Stafford kind of inserting himself here.
12 points
12 points this quarter as they work the ball against the Oak Ridge press. 43-36 to score. Rodriguez drives in. He's walking. They're going to call a foul, though. He was backpedaling, gets helped up by the Wildcats. 1:03 to play here in the third quarter. Stafford had a 30-point game against Carnes the other night, which was he's the leading scorer on the season point total. Came in with 127 points. The inbounds are stolen away by Milloway. But then the ball is then knocked out of bounds. And let's see who's going to get possession here. I believe it will be Oak Ridge. So the Wildcats, Jonathan Milloway, used that long wingspan of his and deflected it and stole it. This gym is way too small to host a basketball game. I mean, just there's nowhere to sit, really.
Yeah, it's way too small for spectators.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, here come the Wildcats down the floor. 1 minute to play, third quarter, leading 43-36. Kel Slater with it to Jamison up to Graff. Jamison double-teamed and trapped. Gives it over to Preston. Kel had Milloway early. Throws the ball away. Tried to get it to Stafford, and it's taken away by Rodriguez. Rodriguez works the ball in. That's going to be a block on Preston Turner and count the bucket. Preston's called with a personal foul. And just like that, they're closing the gap once again, Mark, with 42.3 seconds. An opportunity once again for Juan Rodriguez to get a 3-point play. Oak Ridge in the lead by 5, 43-38. I think Preston will tell you he was set, but he's going to have to come out of the ballgame, and Lucas Searcy's going to check back in. So the Wildcats now playing with Kel Slater, along with Jonathan Milloway, Jamison up to Graft, along with, looks like Stafford and Lucas. 42 seconds to play, 43-38, third quarter action here. Toss on his way up there, good. One of the Rodriguez's can shoot free throws, and unfortunately that's now a 4-point game. 43-39 the score. Kel Slater with it. Wildcats, Kel's going to drive in, he's fouled. That's not a smart foul that time by Noah Gilder. And it'll be a personal foul against him with exactly 35.9 seconds to play. 43-39 the score. Oak Ridge ball underneath the goal. Lucas Searcy will work the ball in, and it comes Milloway. Milloway up to Graff to Kel. Kel nearly slips, drives in, gives it into Milloway, and a shove and a foul is going to be called against Juan Rodriguez. Personal foul will go against the Lions. The fans here from the Lions' point of view don't like that call. 30 seconds to play. Lucas will work the ball in. Their defense is good. One thing I like, they're coached well. You can tell their defense is good. Oak Ridge works the ball in and throws the ball away. Ball came into Kel. from the inbounder, Lucas Searcy, and Lucas had not gotten back in bounds, and he was out of bounds and touched the ball.
Yeah, just kind of straddling the line there, David, and he'd not had a chance to establish possession or a location in the court.
They run the floor well, set up their offense, kick it out, nearly a walk there. They're going to drive in with point block shot there. They get the rebound with Rodriguez, and he is fouled. And I'm not so sure, but
called it on Kel.
Personal foul is on Kel Slater, and let's see if they rule him in the act of shooting, and they're going to say it's the 17th foul, one in the bonus. Man, 19.5 seconds to play. Third quarter, 43-39 the score, and to the free throw line, one of the bonus will go Jose Rodriguez. Struggles at the free throw line, at least has in this one. Let's see what he can do on these two. Here's the first one, good, nothing but net. 43-40 the score. The Wildcats cannot get any separation with this team. They were up by 10, but getting used to this court, they have not been able to do for sure. Second toss is up good. He looked good on both of those. Oak Ridge lead us 2. 43-41 the score. Wildcats are ripe for an upset right here, Mark Haste.
Yeah, and that would be unfortunate on their season, I would believe.
Oak Ridge throws the ball into Jamison Updegraff. It's taken away by Stafford inside of Milloway. And with 2, with 1, let's say what's the call. Something happened up the floor here. Whistles blew before the time was expired. The whistles blew before the time was expired, but they just stopped it anyway. Anyway, 43-41 the score, 2-point game, fourth quarter coming up. We'll be back in a moment. You heard the whistles blow, right?
Yeah, I did. They need to wake up. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Welcome back once again to Concord Christian here. Wildcats of Oak Ridge on top, 43-41. Tightly contested ball game, Marquez. Neither team can get any separation. The Wildcats have led by as many as 10 in the game. I think their biggest lead was 3. Wildcats, will see them get the ball first. Fouls have been an issue. I think just getting used to this court, I've said it over and over, I think the Wildcats just cannot get used to the size of this court, the darkness of this court, everything about it.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of has scrimmage written all over it. This is kind of the environment you expect as Rodriguez tries to drive in and loses the ball under their own basket.
Wildcats will get it here, but I'm going to give a lot of credit to this Lions team. They play hard. They are very good defensively. They set up well. They know who Oak Ridge's best players are for sure, and they've done a really good job. I'm not going to take anything away from them. The Wildcats not real sharp here. They weren't sharp the other night. Of course, you're still playing without the services. Kel Slater shoots a 3. Boy, they need it. Good! 3-point shot by Kel Slater. And Kel's been on fire. Kel had a big night the other night against Stone Memorial. It's a 5-point game, but they worked against the Oak Ridge's press, and they'll set it up once again. The Wildcats watch Rodriguez work the ball in, throws the ball away, intercepted by Milloway. Kel Slater, the Wildcats on a 3-on-1, and the pass is too strong, and it's off of Stafford Shanklin's hands out of bounds. 5-point Oak Ridge lead, and Coach Green will call a timeout. Why don't you run down the scoring to this point in the ballgame?
All right, leading scorer for the Wildcats is Kel Slater. He has 15. With 12 is Stafford Shanklin. All 12 of those came in the third quarter. A very impressive quarter for Shanklin. Jonathan Millway has 8 points. Lucas Searcy with 3. Treston Turner has 4. And Jonathan Stewart has 4 as well. For Concord Christian, they're led in scoring by Jose Rodriguez. He has 15 points. Noah Gilder has 6. Juan Rodriguez has 8. All 8 of his came in the third quarter. With 6 points was Will Morris. Harry Pinoyer has 2 points, and Chase Morgan has 2 points as well.
5-point Oak Ridge lead, 46-41. We're on prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15, and streaming on the internet right now. Tomorrow we'll be in Lebanon as the Wildcats take on the Blue Raiders. Here comes the pass. Full court pass is going to be complete, and the Wildcats get back on defense. Rodriguez with it here. 7:19 to play in the ball game. 5-point game. Oak Ridge has a steal. The Wildcats on a deflection. Give it down to Preston. Preston to the hole. Oh, no good. Tip back up by Stafford. He's fouled. And I think these fans are not used to getting calls against them. They went crazy. He got hammered right there. He hit ball, but then he got him with his body. I think that's the reason that Stafford is going to the free throw line. 46-41 the score. 7:08 to play. The Wildcats up by 5, and a tough one. Free throw is no good. The Wildcats have got to hit their free throws. The shooting background is different. That's something totally different. And it is dark in here. It is really dark. I like your new shirt. I guess that's your work outfit. As Stafford Shanklin will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, I get to wear a uniform.
Well, you know. Stafford to the line, toss, he missed them both. Rebound, though, to Oak Ridge. Kel Slater keeps it alive for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge by 5 with the ball, man-to-man on Kel. Kel drives in, kicks the ball right corner. Preston for 3, no good. Kel had the rebound, taken away by the Lions. Number 13 lobs it down the floor. They're going to drive in, they'll set it up. Long NBA range 3, that's an air ball. Even on this court, it was an NBA range 3, perhaps. There's not more than 15 feet between the midcourt line and the three-point line. That's how small the court is. Maybe 20 feet, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me of the church gym that I grew up in, too. So maybe it's just common.
46-41, Oak Ridge by 5 with the ball. Jonathan Stewart's back in the ball game. Millaway, Preston, Kell, along with Stafford Shanklin, the original starting 5. 46-41. Jeremy Miller still not able to play. Probably will be out until Christmas as Kell's going to dribble in. Free throw line jumper is too strong, no good. Stafford's got the rebound. Stafford goes up for the shot. Good! Count it! And he's fouled. Big play by Stafford Shanklin. The Lions coach wanted a walk, but Stafford's going to get an opportunity at the free throw line. 7-point Oak Ridge lead, 48-41 the score, and I believe number 13 has fouled out. That is Chase Morgan, junior player. 5th foul, and it'll be Stafford going to the free throw line. 48-41 the score, 6:20 to play in the ballgame. The Wildcats are up by 7. Stafford missed his last 2, knocks this one down. Wildcats by 8, 49-41, and down the floor with the basketball will come Rodriguez. Rodriguez brings it across the line, goes in for the shot, good, and he's fouled. Wildcats and they have another opportunity for a 3-point play. Some great passing right there, Mark. As they go to the free throw line with number 11, Noah Gilder, he'll have an opportunity for a 3-point play and cut it back to 5. 49-43 the score, 6:15 to play. Free throws up, in and out, no good. Millaway undercut, but still has the rebound, and they're going to call a foul against Rodriguez. This one's going to go against Jose Rodriguez. He got his hand in to try to get the rebound away from Jonathan, but Jonathan just kind of ripped it away and kind of spun him a bit, and Jose picks up the personal foul. 6:13 to play, 6-point Wildcat lead, 49-43, and Jonathan Millaway will go to the free throw line. Jonathan came into the game a 78% free throw shooter. We had a lot of pregame stuff we were going to talk about, stats and such, but they started the ball game 10 minutes early, which you just don't see that very often. Usually, especially when you take tickets and you expect people are expected to come to a game at a certain time, you start it on time. And I saw a lot of Oak Ridge fans coming in late. Jonathan Millaway knocks down the first toss, makes it a 7-point game, 50-43 the score. Back to the free throw line he goes. The senior puts it up there, good. Going to play basketball at Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as they work the ball down the floor. Rodriguez, the Wildcats by 9, 52-43. With the basketball will come Juan Rodriguez. Down to 6 minutes to play in the ball game, 52-43, Oak Ridge in the lead. Juan Rodriguez drives in, kicks it to the corner. 3-pointer is too strong, no good. Millaway had it, taken away by Rodriguez. He works the ball inside to Gilder. Gilder can't shoot. Now they get a 3 in the corner. It's up, no good. Rebound, foul called. Not sure who it's against. I think it's going to go against Rodriguez. I think it's going to go against Jose. fouls Stafford or Jonathan. Looks like Jonathan's the guy who's going to the line. 52-43. Matthew Calhoun and I went to Phoenix to watch the girls play, and it was played in a kind of a enormous, sports were normal size, and we were up on the track as the free throw is good. Is that the 10th foul on them? So it must be the double bonus already. So Jonathan misfires on the free throw. He'll have another one here. 52-43, the Wildcats by 9, trying to make it 10 once again, equaling their biggest lead, and he does. 53-43 Wildcats, 5 minutes, 42 seconds to play in the ballgame. Down the floor will come Gilder once again, guarded by Stafford Shanklin. Out to Rodriguez. Juan Rodriguez, guarded by Milloway. Going to take him strong to the hole. Goes in for the shot. No good. Rebounded to number 2. They kick it out for a 3. It's on its way. No good. Rebound, Kel Slater. Oak Ridge with the ball and a 10-point lead. 53-43 the score. 5:20 to play here in the basketball game here at Concord Christian. First time we've ever played this team in basketball. Oak Ridge ball, Jonathan Stewart to Jonathan Milloway to Stafford Shanklin. 3-footer, good. Stafford got it to drop in, and Coach Green calls a timeout. Gives me the opportunity to tell you who our sponsors are on prepradio.com and Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and on the internet. We're streaming tonight on YouTube at Prep Radio, our Prep Radio site. If you are watching it, subscribe to us. And every time that we are on with a live broadcast streaming, it'll alert you to that fact, and you'll know when we're streaming ball games. We can't do the home games. I've said that over and over and over. I get it all the time. We are on the road. We will be streaming tomorrow's ball game from Lebanon, and that'll be a 6:30 ball game from Lebanon, Tennessee. Coach Birdwell told me, he's head coach at Siegel, he's going to be there to watch the Wildcats play. Former assistant coach and now head coach at Siegel. Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge, Tim Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee of Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and Mortgage Investors Group. Biggest lead of the night for the Wildcats is 12, 55-43. Still a lot of time, though. Wildcats had a 10-point lead and saw it evaporate quite quickly, so no lead is safe.
Yeah, I mean, the Concord, their defense is, as you said, Dave, is very good, and they can kind of turn it on and really disrupt the Wildcats when they want to.
Here they come down the floor. They'll set up their offense once again. Rodriguez with it. Going to drive in against Milloway. Turn, spin, throw up an off-balance shot. No good. His brother gets the rebound, wants to go back up, and he's going to be fouled by the Wildcats. Might go against Kel. And with 4 minutes and 54 seconds to play, that is going to send Jose Rodriguez to the free throw line. 4 minutes, 54 seconds to play. Lucas Searcy's going to come back in the ball game, and Preston's going to check out. Was it on Preston?
No, it was on Kel Slater.
Yeah, I just wondered why Preston was coming out. I guess Coach Green wanted to have words with him. That's why, and he is. 55-43 the score. It's a 12-point lead for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge trying to win their 7th game in a row since opening up the year with a loss to Kingston. This team lost to Kingston just last Thursday night. It's one in the bonus. Rodriguez to the free throw line. First toss, good. Man, after a shaky start at the free throw line, Jose Rodriguez has found his stroke here.
Yeah, he's now, 5 of 9 from the free throw line. He's made his last 3.
His second toss is on its way up there, short, but they get the rebound. Gilder with it. You can stay right there. The Wildcats give up an easy drive, but he missed the shot. They've got the rebound, though. Rodriguez throws up a shot. Good. Reverse layup, and it's a 55-46 lead for the Wildcats. 4:40 to play. The Wildcats' Kel Slater is going to blow his man across the line. Dribble in, penetrate the paint, kick it out to Jonathan Stewart. Round to Searcy in the corner to Stafford Shanklin, and he's going to be fouled. A shove from the rear on Drew Sloan. Boy, he's a big kid, and he's a freshman, Mark. Number 34. They list him as a freshman. He's a big boy.
Yeah, he really is. I have that as his first personal foul tonight, but he's been very effective. We've seen him in there quite a bit. He's been very effective.
To the free throw line we go Stafford Shanklin. Toss on its way up there, no good. Down the stretch, got to hit your shots here. Oak Ridge's lead is 9, 55-46. 4 minutes, 29 seconds to play. The Wildcats playing with Jonathan Milloway, Jonathan Stewart, Stafford Shanklin, Lucas Searcy, and Kel Slater. Stafford back to the line, trying to make it a 10-point lead again. Missed them both. Milloway has the rebound, though. Comes down with it and comes down and lost it. Taken away by the Lions. 55-46 to score. They work it outside the line, and Jonathan knocks it out of bounds. Jonathan Milloway does. 4:20 to play in the ball game, 55-46. Wildcats got to hit their free throws down the stretch, and let's see. Coach Green looking for a towel. There's some perspiration on the floor. 55-46. The Wildcats playing without Jeremy Miller, and Kai Hirsch was helping me on the air Tuesday night, and Kai, of course, on the team last year, on the football team this year, was talking about you don't appreciate Jeremy Miller until he's not there, all the things he does on the floor for him.
Yeah, he's a great leader out there for the Wildcats, Dave. Just really kind of knows when to take over a basketball game.
Nice play. 5 seconds should have been called right there, but they get it in time. It's knocked out on a great hustle by Lucas Searcy. 4:18 to play in the ball game, 55-46. Wildcats need to stop on defense. Their basketball, Rodriguez with it. Looks to his brother. Got it out high by Stafford. With the basketball, number 21, Juan Rodriguez. Going to drive inside, give it out to Gilder. Gilder got it a little bit more aggressively now by Jonathan Stewart. Back to Gilder. Jonathan staying right with him. Over it goes on the right side to Geen. Geen back to Rodriguez. 4 minutes to play in the ball game. 55-46. The Wildcats playing better defense here. Gilder's free. Gilder drives, shoots over a man, and missed it. Rebound, Jonathan Stewart. Lucas Searcy takes a nasty tumble. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Stafford Shanklin, he's fouled. Personal foul is going to go against number 2, Caden Geen. But the Wildcats have got to hit their free throws here, Mark. Stafford missed his last 2. He'll go to the free throw line here. 3:46 to play in the ball game. In a tightly contested ball game, 55-46, a 9-point lead. Wildcats have led most of the way here. One little section, they trailed by 3, but for the most part, they have led in this ball game. Just can't pull away. Stafford misfires again. That's at least 3 misses in a row there, Mark. Back to the line he goes. Wildcats of Oak Ridge in a 9-point game, 55-46. 3 minutes, 46 seconds to play. Buzzer sounds, and looks like Geen's going to come out. Checking back in the ball game will come Elijah Devine. It'll be Oak Ridge's Stafford Shanklin going to the free throw line. Toss is good. Makes it a 10-point game. And here come the Lions down the floor, moving right to left, wearing what appears to be maybe a dark gold as Rodriguez drives the paint, stops, and he might have been held by Lucas Searcy. Maybe. Somebody for the Wildcats committed a foul. 3:39 to play in the ball game. 10-point game, 56-46. I honestly, nothing against this team, really. I like their team, honestly. But if we get another invitation, I think let's play them at the Wildcat Arena, not here. I think,
or the Civic Center.
Isn't that where we are right now? As the shot is up, missed, rebounded by the Wildcats. It's a beautiful facility. I'm not taking anything away from their campus here, but the gym is just way too small for a big-time basketball game. 56-46 to score. 3 minutes, 26 seconds to play. Oak Ridge's Stafford Shanklin takes his man strong, stops, lost the ball, knocked out of bounds by Rodriguez. There'll be Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. 56-46. The people are very nice here, too. So I don't want to get the impression anybody out there listening that we don't like it here. They were real nice, and they were very accommodating, brought us a table and everything. But it's just the gym's too small, for sure. Oak Ridge ball. He missed a shot, though. And then Stafford, on the rebound attempt, just comes down and mugs the other Rodriguez as the Wildcats. Jonathan Milloway is out of the game right now. Stafford's out of the ball game. 10-point game, 3:11 to play, and it'll be Oak Ridge going to the free throw line. Jose Rodriguez. Nick Dallas is in the ball game. Kel Slater, Jonathan Stewart, Lucas Searcy. Stafford's still in the game. And to the free throw line will go Jose Rodriguez. Free throw, good. Mark, how many has he got now?
He now has 17 points in the ballgame, David.
Back to the line he goes. 3:11 to play. 56-47 Oak Ridge. Second toss. Missed them both. Rebound to Kel. Kel Slater boxed out well, and he has the basketball coming down the floor. 3:12 to play. 56-47 Wildcat lead. Jonathan Stewart needs some help. Goes into Kel. Kel thought about splitting the defense. Back to Preston. Wildcats are going to try to work some time off the clock. Here's Lucas driving in. Lucas stops. Gives it to Nick Dallas for the shot. No good. And then underneath, a foul is going to be called against Oak Ridge. Nick might have rushed it just a bit there. 56-47. The Wildcats about to get Jonathan Milloway back in the ball game. 56-47. And I think Nick probably rushed the shot there. I think Coach Green is probably telling him, you know, we like what you do on the floor here, Nick, but that probably is not the shot we need. We probably needed to work for a layup there. With 2:56 to play, they can close the gap even further. 56-47 the score. At the line now will go Juan Rodriguez. He'll go to the line, 2 shots. And here's the first one. The righty puts it up there, missed it, hit the back end of the rim. Jonathan Milloway checking back into the ball game. Let's see who's going to come out. Looks like Nick Dallas is out. 56-47. Kel Slater's in the ball game. Preston Turner in the ball game. Lucas Searcy, Jonathan Stewart. Back to the free throw line we go. Juan Rodriguez. His next toss is good. And it's an 8-point game. 56-48 the score. 2 minutes, 54 seconds to play. And Kel's going to slowly walk the ball to the midcourt line. Gives it off on a pass to Lucas Searcy. The Wildcats give it off to Jonathan Stewart. 2:45 and counting. Here's Lucas. Throws the ball away. Then the ball's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Lucas. Try to bounce a pass down low to Jonathan Milloway. Seems good. I mean, they're good. They're in great position defensively, and they just stepped in the lane and knocked it away and stole it.
Yeah, part of that's just I think Wildcats being a little lazy on offense and just assuming their passes are going to get. Oh, nice defensive play there by Jonathan Stewart as he broke on the ball and deflected it. But it'll have Concord. They'll have their ball in front of their own bench.
With Concord Christian, they stop play for one of the Lions to tie his shoe here. 2 minutes, 34 seconds to play in the ball game. 56-48 the score. Concord basketball, and it comes. Number 11, Noah Gilder holds the ball. Bounce pass goes to Rodriguez. 2:28 to play. 56-48, Oak Ridge in the lead. Wildcats had a 12-point lead as Rodriguez sets it out. 3-point line. Driving with it will come number 5 with a basketball. That'll be Devine. Swings it over to Rodriguez. 2:10 to play here. Rodriguez drives in. Against Milloway. Throws one off the glass. Good. Rodriguez scores. It's a 2-possession ball game. Wildcats down the floor. Preston Turner with it. Preston stops. Goes in for the shot. Good. Big shot by Preston. And Coach Green calls a full timeout. 1:59 to play. Tomorrow, the boys will be traveling. They'll be traveling down to Lebanon to take on the Blue Devils. The Lady Wildcats had a scheduled ball game against Maryville, but a couple of the girls are not feeling well, and they just canceled it. And that's the world we're living in here, Mark.
Yeah, it is. Because all part is a very different world right now. I mean, you see it even at the college level where, Tennessee, played. I guess they picked up Colorado very quickly, like within 3 days, So it's not just the high school level that it's happening at. It's just a very bizarre time to be, a sports fan.
Good news is, although the Greenville tournament was called off, the Arby's Classic was called off, Ricky Norris and Coach Green and Alcoa got together, and they've put together a little tournament that's going to be over at Alcoa. And I think Coach Green must have made the schedule. I was looking at it because the girls are going to be playing in Maryville. The boys are going to be playing in Alcoa. And I think so Coach Green can watch his daughter Cannon play. There are no conflicting times between the boys and the girls. It's not even almost possible. The Wildcats are going to play Greenville, Webb, and Alcoa in that tournament over there. It's not a winter tournament. It's a kind of a classic where they're going to play 3 games. And the girls are going to open with Jefferson County, and this all starts on December the 28th. Oak Ridge by 8, their basketball. Lions with it. Rodriguez dribbles in, throws up a shot. Travel is going to be called against Rodriguez. If anything, it was a double dribble there, Mark, and not a travel, but it'll be Oak Ridge basketball. 58-50 the score. That's a big turnover right there with not much time left.
Yeah, well, he looked out of control to me, David, as Jonathan Stewart gets the ball on the other end, takes a 3-pointer, no good, rebounded almost by the Wildcats.
Yeah, see, what I don't like about that call right there, Mark, is you had 3 or 4 different players trying to get a rebound, and they call a foul. That's what I don't like about that. I mean, there was contact for sure, but, I just think it was just guys trying to get the ball.
Yeah, I think that might be Shanklin's 4th foul, David.
We're down to 1:41 to play, 58-50. Going to the free throw line for them. We'll go Gilder once again. That's Noah Gilder. He's a sophomore player. 1:41 to play, 58-50 the score. Free throw is good. Preston Turner in the ball game. Jonathan Stewart, Stafford Shanklin, Kel Slater, Jonathan Milloway. I tell you, the Wildcats had better play better tomorrow. Maybe they will on a real-size court. 58-51 the score. Toss, no good. Rebound, Jonathan Milloway. And then he throws the ball away. They tried to get it to Kel Slater. They started to get a fast break going, but they just threw it away. So bad turnover there. Let's see what they can do. The Lions set it into Rodriguez. The Wildcats have got a match up here. 58-51, a 7-point lead, but they can cut it as Rodriguez thought about lobbing it down low and now picks up his dribble, stops and gives it out here to the right side. Down to minute 21 to play. He's got to continue to guard Rodriguez. He pulls up and shoots. Good. Pretty shot. 5-point game. A minute 19 to play. 58-53. The Wildcats struggling against token pressure. Wildcats, here comes Kel Slater getting it across the line. Wildcat basketball. Preston Turner with it. Preston holds it, dribbles it, drives with it, stops, gives it off to Jonathan Stewart. A minute to play in the ball game. 58-53, a 5-point game. Here comes Preston Turner. He's held and fouled. Preston, a good free throw shooter, is fouled by Jose Rodriguez. And Preston will get 2 shots here. 56.9 seconds to play. And your seniors have got to hit your free throws. And here's one of them, Preston Turner.
Yeah, Preston Turner will go to the line, David. He has 6 points in the ball game. Perfect from the line. He's 2 of 2.
He'll go to the free throw line. The Wildcats lead is 5, and I believe Jose Rodriguez has just fouled out of the ball game. He joins his teammate Drew. No, who was the other guy's name who fouled out? Chase Morgan. As Preston goes to the free throw line, he'll have 2 shots here. 58-53. His first toss is up. No good. Hits the front end of the rim. Jamison Updegraft, a good free throw shooter, is coming into the ball game. He's going to replace Jonathan Milloway. 5-point game, so a 2-possession game. 56.9 seconds to play. Milloway takes a seat. Preston about to shoot once again. Wildcats send the 4 players behind him as Preston shoots this one. Good. 59-53 Wildcats, 55 seconds to play. Down the floor will come Gilder. Gilder throws the ball off the official, and that's a tough break for the Wildcats right there as Rodriguez comes cross court, giving it up once again to C.J. Newton, who's in the ball game. They lost the ball. Saved away by Rodriguez. Rodriguez back up, an 8-footer. Rims out, no good. He got a rebound, Stafford. Shot is up, good, and he's fouled. Wildcats just could not get a board right there. And just kind of an off-balance shot. The Wildcats have got to do a better job on the glass, and we've got a 4-point game now, Mark. 59-55.
Shanklin fouled out.
So Stafford Shanklin is fouled out of the ball game. That is the 3rd person to foul out of this game. 59-55. Juan Rodriguez will go to the free throw line. Now it's going to be Lucas Searcy coming into the ball game. Wildcats playing with Jonathan Stewart, Jamison Updegraft, along with Kel Slater, Lucas Searcy, and Preston Turner. 59-55, a 2-possession ball game. It can be a 1-possession ball game if he hits his free throw. They're in the lane too early. Missed a shot anyway, and Jamison has the rebound. Jamison Updegraft with it to Kel Slater. 59-55 the score. Kel Slater in the rear court. Kel dribbles it off his foot, picks it up, and brings it across the line. Down to 22 seconds to play. Jonathan Stewart's going to drive in, get a layup. Good. He was fouled, but no call. 61-55. Wildcats need to stop on defense. Where the basketball goes to Devine. Devine with 10. He launches a 3. Good. Whoa, nearly a midcourt shot. And it's a 3-point game with either 6.2 or 8.2 seconds to play. It is 6.2 seconds. Oak Ridge by 3, 61-58. You talk about a desperation shot. I think he just threw it up, thinking the time, but he hit nothing but net on that one.
Yeah, it just dropped right through there, Dave. Just kind of almost brought rain. It went so high.
And the Wildcats will have the basketball. 61-58 the score. 6.2 seconds play. I'm sorry, I'm listening to the PA guy, and what did he say, Mark?
Basically, due to COVID, they have to restrict the number of people in here, so they have to know how many people leave so that they can then allow that same number of people to come in for the next game.
I think their girls are playing right after this too. 61-58 the score. Wildcats with the ball. Can't turn it over here. They'll try to get a steal on the inbounds and then immediately try to foul Oak Ridge. 6.2 seconds to play. 61-58 the score. Wildcats go with the home run pass. Kel Slater is going to get it and kind of run out there with it, and he is fouled. Kel could have had a layup if he wanted it. There was too much time on the clock there. Honestly, Kel should have probably just gone on ahead and scored there. He's got to hit at least one of these. 61-58. They didn't take much time off the clock there. 4.5 seconds before they commit the foul. Kel Slater hit 2 big free throws at Stone Memorial on Tuesday. We'll have 2 shots here. 61-58. He's got to hit one of the 2. He missed the first one. 61-58. If he hits this shot, the Wildcats are going to win this ball game. If not, they can tie it with a 3. 61-58 the score. Kel Slater to the free throw line one time. Shot, no good. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Kel steals it, and they call a foul. There was no foul there. That was all ball. That was all ball right there. The farthest official made the call. 1 second to play. 61-58. That was all ball. All ball. And I was standing right over the top of it, just like that. It was all ball. And the farthest official made the call there. But they're still down 3 with only 1 second to go, so you make one, or, because you don't have time to kick it back to shoot it. Here's the first one. He missed it. And now the only thing they can do is miss it really badly and fire up a 3, and I don't know if they have enough time. And let's see, Kel's going to come out of the ball game. 61-58 the score. 1 second to play. Juan Rodriguez can't give up a 3. Got to match up. Got to match up. 1 second. 61-58 the score. Can't give up a three-point play either. So you can't foul if they're going to go in for a layup. You almost want to let them get a layup here and not touch them. Here's a free throw. He does miss it badly. Rebound. Oak Ridge wins the ball game. Final score here from Concord Christian. The Wildcats win it 61-58. It was what was not a pretty ball game by any stretch of the imagination. But as Coach Green told me the other day, any win is, even an ugly win, is a win. And keep it going. And 61-58 is the final score. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll come back with the stats. Coach Green will be joining us. We'll do all that in a moment. No, you stop. David Clary, Mark Haste, Alex Waraxa, along with John Oliver here at Concord Christian. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge victorious, and I've already forgotten the score, 61-58, I believe the final. 61-58 was the final score. The Wildcats just never could pull away, never really played well, honestly, and we'll talk to Coach Green about that. And I've said this, and this is not making an excuse. It's me making an excuse. I know Coach Green will have other things to say, but just to be honest with you, the court, it was so much different from anything that the Wildcats play on. And the size of it just incredibly, incredibly small, to be honest with you. And I think the Wildcats, and it's dimly lit in here. If you're watching it on YouTube, I don't know if you can tell it, but they just have really standard lights in here. And it's just a dark gym. The campus itself is beautiful, and I'm just going to say this over and over and over. I don't want anybody to think the wrong thing. They've been very accommodating and have had a good time here, but I think it affected the Wildcats' play, to be honest with you. Oak Ridge didn't particularly play well, and I don't think, honestly, Oak Ridge has played particularly well the last several ball games, and I think I think Jonathan Milloway is a guy that is struggling a bit with his game right now. I think he looks like he might be a little bit under the weather. I'm just speculating, just looking at him. But anyway, they do come away with a win, a hard-fought win on the road in a tough place to win. Obviously, 61-58. We're going to take a break here, and we'll be back. Mark will have the stats, and we'll do that in a moment. You do whatever you want.
baby.
David Clary back here at Concord Christian, waiting to speak to the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Aaron Green. The Wildcats victorious 61-58. Not without a little drama there at the end of the ball game. Too many fouls, too many turnovers, some missed free throws. Not a great effort for the Wildcats, and as I said, they're going to be traveling to play Lebanon tomorrow. Lebanon comes in at 6-3, and they have some really impressive victories on the year as they have victories over the Webb School, Rossview, Stewart's Creek, Gallatin, and Portland and Hendersonville. Their losses have come against Franklin, Mount Juliet, and Wilson Central. So Lebanon has played a really, really good schedule, and the Wildcats better play better tomorrow, or it could be a long trip and a long night of basketball here, especially with Jeremy Miller still not able to go. The Wildcats do win the ball game. 61-58 was the final score. We're waiting to speak to Coach Green, and I don't know, he might have a long conversation in front of him as he speaks to his team in the dressing room. There's going to be another game getting ready to start here, and it looks kind of like perhaps a middle school game. There's some smaller individuals out on the floor. It's pretty big though for middle school, to be honest with you. But that game they're warming up here, and the Oak Ridge fans are going to be asked to leave here in a bit. It's a very small gym. The gym's way too small. They were at probably full capacity here for this ball game, with the exception of the bench over there on the Oak Ridge side. It's just a small gym, but we've never played this team before. They're a well-coached team. They were a good team, but the Wildcats come away with the victory. And Mark, I believe, has completed the stats, and we'll let him run those down.
Thank you very much, David. Oak Ridge led in scoring tonight by Stafford Shanklin. He had 16 points, all in the second half. He was, 7 of 11 from the field, 2 of 7 from the free throw line. Kel Slater had 15 for the Wildcats. He was 6 of 11 from the field, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, also in double figures. Jonathan Milloway with 10, 3 of 8 from the field, 4 of 9 from the free throw line. Lucas Searcy had 3 for the Wildcats. He was 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Preston Turner added 7 for the Wildcats. He was 2 of 6 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, and then Jonathan Stewart added 6 for the Wildcats, 3 of 8 from the field. So as a team, the Wildcats were 22 of 61 from the field. They were 20 of 51. 20 of 51 from two-point land, 2 of 10 from beyond the three-point line, and they were 12 of 26 from the free throw line tonight. Leading scorer for the Lions of Concord Christian was Jose Rodriguez. He had 17 points. He was 6 of 12 from the field, 5 of 11 from the free throw line. His brother Juan Rodriguez had 16, all of those in the second half. He was, 7 of 13 from the field, 4 of 9 from the free throw line. Also scoring for the Lions, Noah Gilder had 9. He was 3 of 8 from the field, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Chase Morgan had 4 points. 2 of 5 from the field. Harry Pinor had 2 points. And Elijah Devine had that long three-pointer there at the end of the ballgame with about 1 second left on the clock. So, impressive three-pointer by Elijah Devine. So, as a team, the Lions were 22 of 55 from the field. They were 19 of 40 from two-point land. They were 3 of 15 from beyond the three-point line, and they were 12 of 27 from the free throw line. David?
Thanks a lot, Mark. We're waiting to speak to the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Aaron Green. When he gets up here, we'll get a chance to speak to him. The Wildcats didn't particularly play well, as I've said. This was an unscheduled game, and I don't know how much tape they were able to watch. This team had only played. This is only their 4th ball game. This is the Wildcats' 8th game. And it's probably hard to get some tape on other people. You only have a day to kind of turn around. Coach Green did not know he was going to play this ball game. We did the Off the Glass show last night. He walked in the door and said, I just got a text from Concord Christian, and we're going to play tomorrow at 5:30. So this was around 7:30 last night when he found out. So they didn't practice for him yesterday. I guess they went through a walkthrough. And my hat goes off to this team. The Lions team's not a bad team. They're actually pretty good. Played good defense. They had 2 really solid players. They had the home court advantage. If any team has a home court advantage, it is this team. I mean, and I don't know. I know Brad Jones is probably listening to us right now. I don't get a chance to go to many single A gyms, to be honest with you. I don't. And I don't know if they've got to be bigger than this, though. I mean, Mark, seriously, they've got to be bigger than this gym. And Mark nods his head yes. As we wait for Coach Green to join us here, I'm still just trying to fill a little time here. I mentioned the Christmas tournaments. Now I'll run down some of the information with that. The Christmas tournaments will begin, if I can find the right sheet here, on the 28th. And that'll be right after Christmas, obviously. The Wildcats were scheduled to go to the Arby's Classic. The Lady Wildcats were scheduled to go to Greenville, but instead the girls will be in Maryville and the boys will be in Alcoa. It all starts on December the 28th, 4 o'clock. The Lady Wildcats will take on Jefferson County, and that game will be at the Maryville High School gym. Then at 7:30, the boys will be in action. They'll take on the Alcoa Tornadoes. Then the following day, on the 29th, the Lady Wildcats, depending on what happened in their ball game, will play at either 11 o'clock in the morning against Alcoa's girls or at 1:30 against Stone Memorial's girls, who we saw on Tuesday night, a Final Four team a year ago before the state tournament was canceled. Really, really good team. Wildcats could play them again on the 29th. The boys, we know, will play at 7:30, and that'll be, and this is on the 29th, against the Greenville Green Devils, and these games are at Alcoa. The boys are at Alcoa, the girls at Maryville. On December the 30th, possible times for the girls are 2:45, 4, 5:15, and 6:30, depending on what they do in their ball game. But we do know the boys will play on the 30th of December at 7:30 at Alcoa against Ricky Norris's Webb Spartans. And you remember last year's ball game, Mark. Wildcats went over to Webb and got spanked pretty good by Coach Norris's team. And I know these guys would like a little bit of revenge against a really good team.
Yeah, I went over and watched that game, David, and you're exactly right. I mean, I was shell-shocked by how good Webb was last year, and I think Oak Ridge was a little bit too. So as we're trying to get Coach Green directed the best way to get up here, because it's kind of complicated. I had to ask some of the cheerleaders how to get up here when I arrived.
Well, I think we're about to have a middle school ball game, maybe. I'm not sure. These guys are pretty big for middle school.
I think this is JV because number 34 out there is we saw him in the varsity game.
I see. So we're getting ready to get Coach Green up here. We're going to take a quick break here.
Let's hit the starting lineups and we'll get going with the game. want to welcome Faith Christian from Jamestown. And starting for them, we got number 24, Jackson Grubbs. 13, Samuel.
They're introducing the junior varsity ball game, which is about to get underway, and Coach Green is wandering through the maze here, which is Concord Christian School here in Farragut, Tennessee. It's probably, I don't know, probably less than a mile away from Farragut High School, probably about a mile away or so. Not too far at all, honestly. It's a beautiful campus, beautiful church associated with it, as Coach Green is about to take a seat here. Coach, first off, like you told me on Tuesday, ugly wins are wins, just the same. This was ugly. Several factors involved here, and this is a broadcaster making excuses, not a coach. But the floor is very small. You're not used to playing on a floor this small. The gym is very small. It's very poorly lit, and the shooting backgrounds are not great. It's a home court advantage for sure for these guys. The officials, you can't comment. I will. They were bad. Made some bad calls. Tried their best, but this didn't do a great job. That being said, this Lions team's pretty good. They play good, solid defense. They were in position. They know who to guard. They knew who your best players were for sure. I thought they were quick. I think they surprised your guys a little bit with their athleticism, I think. Two Rodriguez boys were really good. I mean, and they had some good shooters from the outside. That being said, I didn't think your guys really looked sharp in this one.
No. Well, I mean, as bad as some of the issues you talked about, gym size, you mentioned the referee and home court. I mean, combine all that, we played as bad as those things were. I mean, it's really, I'm not a sugarcoater, Dave. I'm not going to sit on the radio and sugarcoat it. I'm really frustrated. I just, I don't want to say that not having Jeremy out there should cause us to be that. I mean, some cases we didn't look like we know what we were doing. I mean, it's just some of the guys I don't know what we're doing. It's just extremely frustrating. It's just felt that way the last two games. Just passing and catching the ball. I mean, we worked on rebounding yesterday in boxing. Can't get a rebound. I mean, late. We got a 10-point lead, and the next thing you know, they've got a 3 to tie it at the buzzer. I mean, it's just it's really, really frustrating. And just to be honest with you, I mean, you may not see it, but we're just not playing very together. I mean, it's just just not playing together. I got Milway's not doing what he needs to do inside. I mean, he's letting guys push him around, not playing position, and I don't know. I could just go on down the line, David. I'm just not very good, and they give them credit. They've got a good team, but we just I don't know. I don't really have an answer. Honestly, I told the assistant again, I don't really know what to tell them. I mean, just played bad, and it's frustrating. So I'm really kind of at a loss.
One thing, and just my observation. Although at times the football guys have played, it's always a struggle when those guys join you, and that's not an excuse. And I know you're not going to do that because the guys that are joining you have played a lot of basketball for you, so they should know what they're doing. But a lot of times that chemistry is just not there, just to be honest with you. And I think that's a factor. And just at times, though, tonight, you had trouble just getting into an offense, which is something that's not normal.
I mean, they just played a very, I don't mean this negative, but I mean, just a very bad zone, honestly. I mean, got middles wide open, and we just didn't make the right passes. These are just easy defense to go against. And as an example, Halls, I think, tried to play a zone. We scored 100. But just thinking about the game, if Jeremy's in there, he's wide open in the middle the whole night, and I know he's going to make probably the right play most of the time. But just very frustrating that, just really on both ends, just lack of execution. Just some of the stuff defensively we did. I mean, you gave up a transition and one fouling. I mean, just you name it. It's just it's really, really frustrating. And I think it boils down to it's real simple, David. Basketball is pretty simple. If you have some talent and you've got some athletes, if they play hard, play together, and play smart, you're probably going to win most of them and probably have a pretty good year. But right now, I don't feel like we're playing as hard as we should. I don't feel like we're playing together at all, and we're definitely not playing very smart. Now, that can change, and it will change, but right now, that's basically the analysis I've got.
Well, it better change tomorrow because you're playing a team in Lebanon that has some quality wins against some quality opponents. I think they've already won 6 ball games against some really good teams, too.
Yeah, I just watched a little. I started watching them the other day before we picked up this game. But, yeah, I mean, if we play like we did today, we'll lose by double digits. It's just being straight with you. But hopefully, it's, I know the guys would rather play than practice. I told them, I said, for you guys, luckily you're not practicing tomorrow. You have a game because they probably wouldn't. Our practice probably wouldn't be too enjoyable tomorrow if we were practicing. So that's a positive for them, and they've got an opportunity to go play a good team on the road and have a chance to respond. Last 2 games again, I was a little frustrated at Stone. I was more frustrated tonight. It's just don't really have an answer for it. But I know when I watch the tape, we try to keep some guys. I mean, even our guys coming off the bench, we try to keep our guys. I thought in the Stone game we got tired with some of our lapses on D because we were fatigued because we didn't sub enough. And I don't know if you noticed the first half, we tried to, we played all 10 guys and try to keep guys fresh. And, and even the guys coming off the bench, act like they don't know what they're doing. So, I guess at halftime, I told them I might try to find 5 or 6 guys that can at least, that I can trust to at least make a right pass and right play and be solid defensively. But all around frustrating. And again, I hate being negative, David, but I don't want to be dishonest. But just frustrating is a word. And again, it's early. I mean, what do we got? How many games have we played? 8,
I believe.
Which is, on a positive, at least we're getting to play. At least we're finding this stuff out now. If you don't get games in, you don't really know kind of where you stand. But right now, we're just not very good. But we'll get there.
A couple things. When will Jeremy be back? And talk about your Christmas memories thing.
Yeah, Jeremy, I'm hopeful will be back for our Christmas term on the 28th. He's getting better. He's definitely not going to be anywhere close to playing tomorrow. So luckily we have a stretch here after tomorrow. We've got some time off, and we can get him back in there. I'm a little surprised, how much we miss him. I don't know if that's an excuse or what, but I feel like, he's just he's kind of the cog in the wheel that can do a little bit of everything for us and settle us down a little bit. But so he'll be back hopefully for the knock on wood, depending on how he goes. I'm assuming the 28th. Creating Christmas Memories event, we've had a great turnout. I think right now we're looking at about 42 or 43 kids. We're taking shopping.
Great.
We got about $4,400, maybe more than that. We're still totaling up. So unless you bring money in the morning, it's probably a little bit too late because we got to identify all the kids tomorrow and let them know that we're doing it on Sunday. So appreciate everybody that's contributed, and looking forward to that on Sunday.
Coach, did you set these times for the boys' games for the Alcoa tournament? We've got the.
I hadn't even seen them yet.
We have the marquee times all the way through 7:30, 7:30, 7:30.
Yeah, let me see that, Dave. That's the first time I've seen it. Where'd you get that?
Ricky gave it to me, yeah. Did he make the schedule? Who made the schedule?
That's a great question. So, I don't know. So, we play Alcoa on the 28th. Okay. Then we play Greenville on the 29th, and then we play Webb on that 30th. So, yeah, that's great. I mean, that's 3 good teams. Honestly, I was worried if we was going to get to play.
Yeah.
So I want to, as you know, we usually go to a tough Christmas tournament. As you mentioned, CPA was looking for 2 teams. You want dying to go back there, but I don't think we can travel and stay overnight with all this going on. I don't believe they'd let us. But I'm pleased that we have the opportunity to play 3 quality teams like that over Christmas because we need it. I mean, we need to play some good teams and get it figured out.
I honestly thought you made the schedule because there's no conflicts with the girls, so you could watch your daughter play.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen the girls' schedule either. So.
Yeah, there's no conflicts. That's why I thought you made it.
Yeah, I need to thank somebody for that for sure. And I was hopeful that since we were in Alcoa and the girls were at Maryville, which is not far apart,
right,
that I can kind of do both. But yeah, I mean, it's I'm looking forward to that. Of course, we got a big game tomorrow. I'm anxious to see how our guys respond tomorrow against a really, really good team. Yep. They know I'm frustrated, and be honest with you, David, as a coach, and I know this is probably hard to believe, but really, I'm not really worried about the score. Yeah. I mean, we want to win the game, don't get me wrong. I'm competitive as they come. But I'm looking at guys, trying to do what we do in practice. I'm looking at guys that's trying to execute what we're trying to do and play hard, play together. And all the other stuff take care of itself. And right now we just don't have that. And but we'll get there. I mean, we've had a lot of moving parts. We started a different lineup tonight, started Preston. So it's it's a lot of moving parts, and on a positive side, I'm glad we're getting to play, and I'm glad we're getting an opportunity to work some of these kinks out.
Coach, thanks a lot. We'll see you down in Lebanon tomorrow.
All right, sounds good.
It's Aaron Green, the Wildcats victorious. I think it was 61-58 was the final score. Let me get Mark in here for his final comments here. The Wildcats victorious. Yeah, it's hot. 70. Coach Green not too happy, but what he says is, it's early. I mean, and football guys are just now coming back, honestly, and
right.
it always takes a little while for that chemistry to get going. And he said the same thing that we talked about. We take Jeremy Miller for granted, all the things he does for the basketball team, and without him, they are struggling.
Yeah, he's the glue that holds this whole thing together. So if there's any doubt, let that doubt be, rested right now, because they do look very confused out there. As I said during the game, I mean, Jeremy, he's such a leader out there that he kind of knows when he needs to step up and take over, and when he's not out there or when he's not available, then I think the team kind of struggles for an identity.
Well, that about does it, Mark. I appreciate you joining us here today. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you since the Pigeon Forge game, I think maybe a long time ago.
Yeah, I think that's when you infected me with COVID.
No. Well, I think we both got it about the same time, so we're going to blame it on John, who went with us to Pigeon Forge. You guys got us sick. No, just kidding. Once again, the final score of the ballgame, I believe, was 61-58. The Wildcats victorious. Reminder: the Lady Wildcats were scheduled to play Maryville tomorrow. That game has been called off at the Wildcat Arena because of some of our girls, honestly, not feeling well. So they just decided, let's be safe. We'll just not play. But the boys will be in action 6:30 Eastern Time at Lebanon High School, and we'll hope you'll join us on YouTube, on Prep Radio, and Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. For John Oliver, Alex Boraxa, along with Mark Cases, David Clary. Until tomorrow, saying so long, everybody. Hit in the stream first. Will you keep everything together so I can just pop it in tomorrow? Get on the stream tomorrow.
Okay.
Boneheads.